There's a new article on Hoops HQ that comes to us from Brett Friedlander. Shout out to Hoops HQ. Shout out to Brett. It's about Hubert Davis, and it's entitled Hubert Davis Isn't Concerned About Pressure. In this article, there are some pretty amazing quotes, for lack of a better word, from North Carolina's head coach about their incoming pair of freshmen in the backcourt. I'm going to read a full excerpt from this. Again, shout out to Hoops HQ and the author of this article. Let's just get right to it. This is about Derek Dixon and Isaiah Dennis, two four-star freshman guards. Quote, while 6'3" senior Seth Trimble, the team's only holdover of note, and 6'2" Colorado State transfer Kyan Evans project to be the opening day starters. The play of highly rated freshmen Derek Dixon and Isaiah Dennis during UNC's summer workouts will make it difficult for Davis to keep them off the floor. Quote, you can see it in the way they compete and play, Hubert Davis said. It wouldn't surprise me that by the time they leave Carolina, it wouldn't surprise me to see both of their jersey numbers up in the rafters. End quote. Now, North Carolina fans, some got very excited about this. Of course you could. Some immediately rolled their eyes, and it harkened back to memories of when Hubert Davis did this previously. As
I was hoping you got to this.
as Grant Hughes notes, roughly 2 years ago, Hubert Davis said before DeMarco Dunn and Dontrez Styles' freshman year, quote, by the time they leave Carolina, they're going to be two of the best players ever to play in Carolina history. So, hyperbole from Hubert Davis about middling role players has been a thing in the past 3 years, to say the least. Card, how much stock do you put in Hubert's latest quotes on his freshman guards?
It's just I don't know. I feel like I've stayed pretty on par with saying this, even compared to other schools. It's just not fair to do this to these kids. Why? Why are we doing this to Derek? Why are we doing this to Derek Dixon and Isaiah Dennis? Who it's crazy because I like those guys. Like I do think that they could have a really good career for North Carolina. You can have a good career and not be in the Rafters. Okay, it's just I don't think you need to put that type of pressure on these kids' shoulders when it's really not even necessary. Like he did not have to say this. That's the thing. There's other ways you could have done things to instill. If you're trying to instill confidence in your players, there's other ways you can go about it besides putting them in the rafters. Especially when you said some other players would be in the rafters as well. Like it's not even just the guard play. He also said the same thing about like James Brown being like a Carolina like legend by the time he leaves the pro. It just doesn't work out like that. I'd also like to note that Dontrez Styles and DeMarco Dunn both did not finish their careers with North Carolina. So like not I don't even know if they got a degree from the school, let alone got their jersey in the rafters. So uh it's I don't know. I never felt good about coaches doing this in any regard. Like even looking at my own program, like not every player has to be Mateen or Cassius. If I'm Purdue, not every player has to be Braden Smith. Michigan, you don't need the next Trey Burke. You don't got to put that on people. It's just I don't understand why coaches go about it this way for players that I like too, by the way.
Yeah, you could just re-summarize this in one sentence, and we could just rephrase the sentence as Hubert Davis is delusional. That's
No,
all we need to do. That would pretty much explain the last two seasons, right? I mean, do we really need to go crazier than this? Maybe go back three seasons, however many seasons you want to go. And again, years from now, we will look back and you can't take it away from him. He made a national title appearance. He made a great run in the NCAA tournament. We've seen mediocre coaches make runs in the NCAA tournament before. He is just doing a lot of things that are unexplainable to me right now. This
it,
is
it
one of them.
and also like sorry, I'll let you finish. It's also self-sabotage because it's putting
Right.
pressure on not only him, or on the players, it's putting pressure on him.
Right.
Now everyone's gonna be like, wait a minute. You said that these guys are gonna be Rafters type players.
Right.
So what do you so you lie, you don't cuss. Like, what am I why is that my basketball coach?
Right. Yep. Yeah, I mean, there would need to be a lot of winning in the next 4 years in order for either of these guys to even be in consideration for this. And it certainly doesn't feel that North Carolina's on that sort of trajectory right now. Um, Look, I other than just clowning Hubert, let's think through this just for a moment and think if there's any real, I don't know, takeaway from this because I did text Riley a little bit and I said, like, what are your full thoughts on this? I saw you tweet about it basically. And he basically said he just lies about the bad players, LOL. And Riley probably doesn't even want me to say this because I don't think Riley thinks poorly of either of these guys, right? I think Riley's very excited about both of these freshmen, Dennis Dixon and Derek Dixon and Isaiah Dennis, excuse me. But um, I think that's sort of right. Like Hubert Davis has a problem where he exaggerates with the end of bench guys. I don't feel like we've heard him put massive expectations on his star players in recent years. I think he's done the opposite. And that's sort of just a strange kink of Hubert Davis here. But Hubert also clearly has no idea how to like communicate with either the media or his fans. That's been a staple of his entire career here. To me, that's a staple of a bad coach. I lived through that with Juwan Howard. If you don't know how to win positive PR engagements with anyone, you don't know what you're doing. There's a general incompetence that hangs over the entire program. To me, that's defined the Hubert Davis era. But if we were trying to take these words at face value here, right? Dixon and Dennis both look awesome. What does that mean? I would point to one thing. Any thoughts?
That Trimble and Evans don't look good?
Wait a second. You mean to tell me two like low 4-star freshmen that aren't even supposed to be in the rotation this year look like they're going to be all-time program legends? Huh. Maybe it's because they're playing Kai and Evans every day, right? I
That's not fair though, is it? I mean, it's semi-fair, but also like
Is it not? Because he could be praising Kai and Evans right now.
I think he might have actually.
For what it's worth, I sent this to Riley. I was like, honestly, I think my angle here is that stock down Kai and Evans. Because reminder, Kai and Evans looked horrible in whatever scrimmage they did earlier this summer too. He was 0 for 4. He was
Yeah.
airballing open shots. So look, I'm selling all Kai and Evans stock at this point. And if the hype is building for these two 4-star freshmen that I don't think they wanted to play, that's a pretty obvious thing. Riley informed me this. There's a lot of North Carolina players that have been Instagramming posts of Kai and Evans and commenting PG1 on it everywhere,
Hmm.
which to Riley is a massive red flag.
That's a red flag that they feel like they need to say that.
Yeah, like they did that with Elliott last year. They did that with Jalen Washington a little bit. Like when players feel like they need to gas up their guy socially, usually it's a little sign of like, you know?
Okay, makes sense.
So poor Pookie. That's what Riley calls him, Pookie.
Pookie, okay.
Pookie Evans. I call him Dookie.
I'm interested to see who UNC's next coach is going to be.
Little double entendre there.
Yeah, I see what you're doing.
Yeah. You're interested to see what North Carolina's backcourt is?
No, who their next coach is.
Oh, that too. Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
What's the percent chance that either of these freshmen end up in the rafters at UNC?
zero, zero.
Got to be more than zero.
No thanks.
There's a lot of names up there.
There's a lot of names up there. Do you know any off the top of your head?
I was looking through the list. Like Donald Williams is up there. Bill Chamberlain is up there. Mike O'Koren is up there. Doug Moe is up there. Basically, any All American, second team, first team, anything. Any like most outstanding player in the tournament region, any sort of individual honor gets you up there, I think.
Yeah, I just don't see it.
No?
No.
I put it at like a 3% chance that one
And
of them
and
emerges.
it's fine if they don't too, by the way.
Yeah,
Hard to get in the rafters. I don't know if you know that.
that's a difficult thing to do.
It's difficult typically.
That is a pretty difficult thing to do. Do you think the North Carolina GM gets a bonus if either of these 4-stars that were ranked in the 70s ends up in the rafters?
Probably, honestly. Honestly, this last thing I want to say on this, he was pissing me off, man, because truthfully, I want to buy like North Carolina stock. Like I think the team's gonna be better than people think they're gonna be, and I'm kind of buying into just like Caleb Wilson being really good. But I can't do this if the head coach is gonna operate like a war criminal. Okay, I can't. So stop, please.
Do you know that RJ Davis is already in the Rafters?
Is he really?
Yeah. ACC Player of the Year, number 4, has been honored in North Carolina Rafters.